So, to give you guys the backstory of First Thessalonians, the overview of the book, we'll start with that actually. The overview of the book of Thessalonians. Paul hears great news about what's going on in Thessalonica. So he writes this letter, to praise them for the things that they're doing great, to correct some false doctrines, some errors in their thinking. They had an issue where they were very they expected the coming of Christ then, and so that kind of propelled them into this almost laziness where they weren't going out and working, they weren't doing things. So they were kind of just like hanging out, like, I don't know, lazy, just trying to get by, expecting the coming of the Lord to come. And then at the end of Thessalonians chapter 4 and 5, Paul really dives into the second coming, diving into where we get our concept of the rapture from, talking about the son of perdition, the Antichrist. So we're going to get into all of that. But what's fascinating to me is that even though the end of the book, the chapters 4 and 5 are really primarily talking about that, the end of every chapter, there's a highlight of keeping your focus on the kingdom to come, on the end time. So at the end of chapter 1, let's see, Paul says, let me read from the New King James. So I was looking at the NIV there. So he says there in verse 10, to wait for his Son, who from heaven, whom he raised from the dead, even Jesus, who delivers us from the wrath to come. Again, looking towards heaven, deliverance from the wrath to come.